Once a giant in the book retail industry, Borders was more than just a bookstore. It was an experience. With its sprawling stores, cozy reading corners, and extensive collections of books, music, and movies, it was a haven for book lovers. At its peak, Borders operated over 1,200 stores worldwide and was a fierce competitor to Barnes & Noble. However, despite its dominance, the company collapsed spectacularly, filing for bankruptcy in 2011 and closing all its stores. Borders was a prominent book and music retailer founded in 1971. After decades of operation, the company chose to liquidate in 2011, closing 399 stores. It was shocking for many to witness the store's closure, especially considering that 10,700 people lost their jobs. Borders was one of the most frequented bookstores, rivaling its competitor Barnes & Noble. So, what went wrong? How did a beloved bookstore chain, once at the forefront of retail, fail so disastrously? The answer lies in a series of poor business decisions, an inability to adapt to digital transformation, and a growing reliance on outdated retail strategies. As Amazon and ebooks revolutionized the industry, Borders struggled to keep up. High operational costs, a failed attempt at online sales, and partnerships with the wrong companies ultimately sealed its fate. In this video, we will take a deep dive into the mistakes Borders made, the challenges it faced, and the critical missteps that led to its eventual bankruptcy. Borders' decline can be attributed to poor management decisions, a failure to adapt to changing technology, and an over-reliance on outdated business strategies. This video will explore the key factors behind Borders' failure and the lessons businesses can learn from its demise. One of the biggest reasons for Borders' failure was its inability to recognize the growing importance of digital books and e-commerce. While competitors like Amazon and Barnes & Noble embraced the rise of ebooks and online shopping, Borders was slow to react. Amazon launched the Kindle in 2007, revolutionizing how people consumed books. As ebooks gained popularity, Barnes & Noble responded by creating its e-reader, the Nook. In contrast, Borders did not develop its digital platform and instead relied on a partnership with Kobo, a lesser-known e-reader brand. This decision put them at a significant disadvantage in the digital book market. The internet became more widespread, and more people gained access to it. As the demand for online orders increased, Borders found itself at a disadvantage. The company failed to invest in its online store. In fact, whenever you accessed Borders.com to buy books, you were redirected to Amazon. Borders went bankrupt, mainly because it failed to adapt to the rapidly growing online book market, especially the rise of ebooks. The company did not invest adequately in digital platforms, resulting in significant sales losses as customers increasingly turned to online retailers like Amazon to purchase books. Poor management decisions and an extensive network of costly physical stores also contributed to the company's decline, ultimately leading to its bankruptcy. Rather than developing its online retail platform, Borders outsourced its online sales to Amazon. This move diverted potential customers to Amazon and demonstrated Borders' lack of commitment to building its e-commerce presence. As online shopping became more prevalent, Borders lagged, losing critical market share. Borders aggressively expanded in the late 1990s and early 2000s, opening large bookstores in expensive locations. While this strategy initially helped establish the brand, it soon became a financial burden. Unlike Barnes & Noble, which focused on optimizing store layouts, Borders continued to build massive warehouse-style stores that were costly to maintain. As book sales declined, these large stores transformed from assets into liabilities. Borders signed long-term leases for premium retail spaces when brick-and-mortar sales began declining. As online retailers started to dominate the market, Borders was left with costly leases that became unaffordable. The company's approach to inventory was another major factor in its downfall. Instead of focusing on customer preferences and bestsellers, Borders overstocked its shelves with slow-moving titles. Additionally, Borders dedicated large sections of its stores to CD and DVD, even as digital streaming services like iTunes, Netflix, and Spotify were gaining popularity. This miscalculation led to excess inventory that became difficult to sell. Borders also used an expensive and inefficient inventory management system that often overstocked unpopular books while running out of in-demand titles. This further alienated customers who expected a better shopping experience. While Barnes & Noble launched a successful membership program offering discounts and perks, Borders failed to develop a strong loyalty program. Furthermore, Borders did little to differentiate itself from its competitors. It offered similar books at similar prices but neglected to provide unique in-store experiences or exclusive customer benefits. While Barnes & Noble partnered with Starbucks to create an inviting cafe atmosphere, Borders in-store cafes did not engage customers similarly. This lack of atmosphere contributed to declining foot traffic. The economic downturn in 2008 further accelerated Borders' decline. As disposable income decreased, consumers became more price-sensitive and increasingly turned to more affordable options like Amazon. When the recession struck in 2008, Borders was already burdened by a massive debt. It had undergone restructuring twice since 2008 to pay down approximately $350 million owed. However, Borders could never escape the predicament caused by its inefficient business practices. Although the company still owned many profitable stores, it is also covering the costs of numerous unprofitable locations. Borders noted in its bankruptcy filing that it still has a sizable core of profitable stores. However, in analyzing their cost structure, the debtors have found that they also have several stores that are simply unprofitable and significantly impact the debtors' overall performance and ability to pay their debts. By 2011, Borders was drowning in debt and struggling to pay its suppliers. The company filed for bankruptcy with no viable turnaround strategy and liquidated all remaining stores. Borders mishandled its big-box marketing strategy by expanding too many locations, even internationally, despite poor sales. The stores were often too large and expensive to operate. In its bankruptcy filing on February 2011, the company acknowledged its expansion strategy as a significant area of concern. Borders' failure was not a single mistake, but rather a combination of poor business decisions, an inability to adapt to digital trends, and financial mismanagement. While Barnes & Noble and Amazon evolved with changing consumer behaviors, Borders remained stuck in the past, ultimately leading to its downfall. One important lesson to learn is that companies must adapt to changes in the market and respond to clients' demands. As the internet gained popularity, Borders should have created an online store and launched an ebook platform. Their failure to do so resulted in significant financial losses. Borders had potential, but their reluctance to adapt to the changing market, lack of innovation compared to competitors, disregard for customer preferences, and ineffective business model ultimately led to their disruption. The story of Borders serves as a cautionary tale for businesses: adapt to changing markets, invest in technology, and always center decision-making around the customer. Borders once ruled the book retail industry, but its failure to innovate made it a distant memory in the digital age. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.